Oh, hello everyone. This is Leslie Osoyan, President of Wethersfield Community Television. We've got a field trip today. The Wethersfield Division of Physical Services down here at 100 Marsh Street, across from the cemetery, down from the DMV, in Old Wethersfield. And we had a wonderful tour with the director, Sally Katz, this morning, and really took us around to show us everything that's happening down at Physical Services and the transfer station. They really do a lot for the town. They take care of everything, from the landscaping to the grounds to the buildings, town buildings. I think she said the town owns 27 buildings, so there's a lot. And all the tradespeople are here, the mechanics, the carpenters, painters, all of them, the truck drivers, snowplow people. This would be an incredible field trip for students to learn what goes on here and how they really run the town and meet all of these tradespeople. It's an amazing facility, and I give kudos to Sally Katz and her team for really doing a great job for this town. Good morning, everyone. This is Leslie Osoyan, President of Wethersfield Community Television. We're down here at the transfer station. Is that what they call it, the transfer station?
Transfer station, and really it's Physical Services Department.
Physical Services Department. I'm here with Sally Katz, who is in charge of the transfer station, and she's going to introduce herself and tell us a little bit about herself and the transfer station. Morning, Sally.
Good morning. Well, the transfer station is part of the larger Physical Services Department, which is where we are here. I've been here for about 10 years, and we've been growing. Physical Services encompasses the Public Works Division for the town. Also, we manage the town fleet. We deal with all of the trades, which is all of the mechanical systems in all of the town buildings. We also work with the custodians and tradespeople who caretake all of the schools in town.
Okay.
In addition to here at Physical Services, in addition to where our offices are here, our workshops are here, our town garage is here, we also do have the transfer station. And the transfer station is open 3 days a week, on Mondays and Fridays from 9 until 2:45, and on Saturdays from 8 until 3:45. It's where people can come and bring any of their yard waste, recyclables. We take wood, metal, mattresses, tires, old electronics, old light bulbs, cooking oil, and we also, in the spring, when we collect leaves in the fall, we take that to a compost in our stockpile, and we continue to turn that throughout the winter, so we bring down composted material that people can come, residents can come and take for their gardens.
Oh wow, that's for free?
Yeah.
Oh wow, fantastic.
Wow, you show proof of residency, and for the compost, you're good to go.
And you weren't always in charge of the schools, right?
That's within the last 4 years.
Yeah, so that's fantastic. So there's a lot that really happens here.
Oh yeah,
everything. This is like the hub.
This is the hub, and
this is the hub.
This is where we coordinate everything for our winter operations. So it's all of the plowing, salting, and then this is where leaf pickup is coordinated. But this is also where the people who oversee the maintenance and upkeep of all of our parks work out of. Our grounds and parks people work out of here. We do a lot of our own woodworking. We'll kind of bring equipment here, make sure that it's ready to be installed. So we do all of that on site.
Oh, I never realized how much. Oh, look at this.
Yes,
the Great Elm.
They made that. One of our staff members made that on a 3D printer.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so cool. There's the red onion.
There's the red onion. We have our offices and then our mechanics bay. It's actually, to other towns, we're really pretty small. There are other towns that have 6, 7, 8 bays. We really have 3 for here, and then we have one more where we do work on police cars and one where we do welding.
So you do the police too?
We do the police cars, the fleet maintenance.
Oh, that's right, the fleet.
And the boats.
And the boats, I just saw that.
And you see trucks and everything down to the Jeep. We maintain everything from our largest dump trucks to a weed whacker. Any piece of equipment gets serviced and maintained here.
Oh, this is really
We
impressive.
do tire changes. We do all of the tune-ups. We fix engines and hoses
Holy
and
cow, this is huge.
yeah,
Okay, wow.
and everything else.
What a big deal. I just never realized. In 21 years I've lived here, I've never done a transfer station.
Yeah. So. So it is pretty. There's a lot of work that goes on in a very small area. So we can come up with here. So,
You mean like the arborist? Or?
yes, yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. The tree warden, Corey Christians, works with us.
Oh.
And so we go. Obviously, you can see that we have our own gas station because we need to keep all of our vehicles fueled and ready to go.
Can we take care of that? Like
We do.
Really?
Yes, it's only, and I will say it is only for diesel. No, it's you have to have a certain code. We track every gallon of gasoline. We track every vehicle that it goes into, what the mileage is, to make
Okay.
sure that it's all
Legit,
legit and being tracked as to our consumption.
Okay.
And so we watch every penny and how we're spending it.
That's great.
In
Fiscal
addition-
responsibility.
Fiscal responsibility, and we
Important.
can show all of our data if needed. We also, this is the Newington and Wethersfield stuff. We have a facility here. It's run by protectors of animals along with animal control.
Oh.
So if
What do you
they-
mean? So like if something happens?
So if
like
they see a loose animal and
Oh, I
animal
see.
control picks it up, they'll bring it here.
Oh, okay.
I
I always thought it went to the police station because they
no,
always
they come here.
Oh, they come here.
And this is a climate-controlled facility for the animals.
Okay.
It is cooled down in the summer and warmed up in the winter to just a few animals here. We like to see that there's nothing here because
yeah,
that
of
means
course.
that they
Yeah,
haven't
yeah,
had to pick up anything. But yeah, so that works. That goes through here. The dogs are tagged because they've been picked up. And they're very well taken care of. The hope is always that they find the owner, but if they can't, then they're monitored. And like I said, a lot of them are adopted through protectors of animals.
Good. And like you said, they come walk them. There's volunteers
yes.
that come walk them.
Volunteers come, they walk them, they play with them. We've even built them a little yard back here. Gives them a safe place to walk them. Because this is a pretty high traffic. So this is our salt shed, and what this does, this is a relatively new building, and the importance of it is that it allows us to protect the product that we
Right.
buy. That way, it's away from moisture and the rain and
Yeah,
snow,
yeah.
and also from the sun. So that when we buy product and we still have product at the end of the winter, we can continue to use
Right.
it till next year.
Yeah, absolutely.
The old facility that we had, it was open. And so we used to have to try to get rid of product that we had already had.
Right.
Where this allows us to stabilize it and to
Yeah.
keep it from year to year if we need to.
Just want to go take a quick peek.
Sure, it's pretty big.
It's huge. So there's a canvas or something that comes down, not a door. I mean, it's like mountains.
But
So-
you'd be surprised we go through tons of it. Because it's really the thing that works on ice, on melting ice.
So how
And
big is the town? Like how many acres? I forget.
Well, it's 25 square miles.
20. Oh yeah, acres. 25 square miles. Okay.
Yeah, so it's big.
Yeah.
You know, it's a big town. There's lots of small roads and lots of large
Yeah.
roads.
Yep.
And, you know, people, if you look at Google Earth and you look at how many roads there are in town, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And
You're
all
right.
of them need to, except for the state ones, all of them need to be plowed.
Right.
And the staff does that. So
They do amazing jobs.
so as we say, you know, when the governor or the weather forecasters tell people to stay off the roads, these people are the ones who are on the roads.
Okay.
They're the ones trying to make it safe for people, for emergency responders, for people who work, you know, who are essential workers to get to work. Which is why, you know, we always say in snowstorms, if you can stay off the road, do it,
Yeah.
because it allows the staff to get their work done.
Now, is your department responsible for the paving that happens in the
We
spring?
do, paving is actually done by two departments. The engineering department contracts out for the large street reclaiming, repaving, like if they're going to repave Highland Street. That's done through the engineering department and through a contractor. We fill potholes, we do some of the smaller, paving work, but we do really more of the maintenance part of it, where the engineering department runs the program that are doing a new road or reclaiming and repaving the road.
Yep. Okay.
Wonderful.
And I would be remiss if I didn't let folks know that you also have a master's degree.
Yes.
Tell the folks about that.
I have a master's degree in public administration.
Yep.
And so it entails personnel work, budgeting, finance, marketing, public policy, policy development, governmental relations, learning how to read code, learning how to read all the charters and laws and bills, and so yes,
you're the real deal.
I'm the real deal.
I read an article about you.
Oh God!
And it said how she had a master's degree, and I was like, wow, I was really impressed. I mean,
and my
your stuff.
Yeah, my undergraduate degree is actually in anthropology and art history and archaeology. So so it's kind of fun working in a historic town.
That's right, the oldest town in Connecticut.
That's right. So that's a lot of fun, and a lot of it is based on a liberal arts education where it's about meeting people and talking with people and understanding how people live, work, and survive in their location. Yeah. And understanding the culture of a certain location.
Absolutely. And you really kind of have to know all of that because you're dealing with maybe 27,000 people in this town?
Right. Many of whom, grew up in this town. Yeah. Many of my staff, and people don't realize that, many of the staff here work in town. Not only work in town, but they live in town. Okay. So people are always talking about, are you watching taxpayer dollars? Absolutely, because my own staff are paying them.
That's right.
So we are cognizant of what the costs are. And these past 2 years have been really hard on us. Yeah. Everything you see behind here has inflated in price. Yeah. Construction materials inflated in price. Right. Slowdowns in getting product. Right. People have called and said, why is it taking X amount of time to get something done? We literally cannot get the product. Right. And as soon as we do, we start doing our work. We're not holding back on anything, but we have to work through the same constraints as the greater world out there. Absolutely. As far as supply chains and everything else.
But I mean, things are moving and shaking. Cars are coming in.
They come into work. They come in and they rock and roll from the beginning, and
you can tell.
Yeah, and which is why I do kind of get a little when people are like, oh, I saw a crew out there, and there were some people hanging around. Well, they're not hanging around. A lot of that can be for safety. If someone is in and working in a hole, it may only be safe to have one person there, but you need the other people there to watch out for traffic, to hand that person materials, and to make sure the materials are coming back up, equipment, they're keeping that person safe, and they're keeping the rest of the people safe. People do drive distracted, and my staff are vulnerable. Yeah. So a lot of times, if you see people out there, they're always watching and listening, and it can be dangerous. Yeah.
Well, that's good. They put safety first.
Absolutely. Always. I want everybody to go home at the end of the day.
Yes.
So here, you were talking more about the transfer station. We also do have an impound if there's an accident and the police are doing an investigation. We will have the vehicles brought here, and their investigators come and they continue along their investigation.
Yeah, because this is really huge.
This whole. It's funny when you go to other towns, their yards are like 4 times the size.
Really?
Yeah. We do a lot in a very constricted and historic and floodplain area. Yeah. So it's.
Well, that must mean you run it well.
Well, thank you. But it also means that we work in tandem with the historic district, with the town council, with other community members to have people understand when we come and ask council for money to do a project, or we go to the historic district to say we want to do this, we understand, what we're about. Sorry, this is going to be really loud for a little bit, so we can walk around. Here's the transfer station. The transfer station is open. It's for residential recycling mostly.
Oh, okay.
So you show proof of residency. It can be a license. It can be a utility bill.
Okay.
Something along those lines. Buy a $5 pass to be able to use the transfer station.
So everyone has to pay that $5?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
And we have there's other fees. If we assess a fee, it's because we are charged to dispose of something.
Okay.
So while we don't charge for, you come into the transfer station, you can bring a mattress. But if the mattress is torn or soiled, there's a charge because we get charged extra to have that particular item recycled.
Right.
So we can walk in.
So if someone's coming for the first time, they could just pay the $5 fee?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. But it's cash or a check.
Okay.
They stop in, they see the attendant, and the attendant knows them. So people bring, if they're cleaning out a house or they're doing a project, they can bring, their old carpet and things. We also accept appliances, refrigerators, washing machines, dehumidifiers, air conditioners.
And so it's all recycled?
Yes, it's all recycled. And then we also accept, as I said, electronic equipment, old computers, monitors. We'll take light bulbs, vacuum cleaners, all of that, and all of the metal and everything else gets recycled.
Wow, that's fantastic. So you're able to drive your car through. Once you pass the
Yes.
entrance, you drive your car through?
Yep.
And you just go to the bay then?
Yes. And then people bring in their clippings or brush, because brush and yard waste is not to be put into their green barrel.
Right.
And so they can bring it here and it gets composted.
I don't think a lot of people realize that.
I know.
Yeah.
With the green barrel. That
Yeah.
you're not supposed to put your...
No, you're not supposed to put your yard waste in the green
Okay.
barrel.
Does Payne's ever say anything about that?
They do. There have been times when a barrel has been filled, or they'll leave a note on the barrel that yard waste is not to be placed in that barrel.
Right.
And all of this is available on the Town of Wethersfield website under transfer station. If you type that in, it gives it a full explanation
list
of what we accept, different charges, the hours, and all of that.
All the details.
All the details.
Now, so how often does Payne's come and pick these up?
They'll come at least once a week, sometimes twice a week if we call them.
I didn't realize it was that.
Yes.
That much
On the
utilized.
weekend especially, it can be very busy here.
Yeah, okay.
And now that we're coming into spring, people are doing a lot of cleaning, a
Yeah,
lot
yeah,
of
yeah, true.
purging. And so they'll come here, which is great because we would much rather have it recycled than have it be put out and just, thrown away and burned.
Right, exactly.
Especially Connecticut's having a real difficult time with,
the
what they're going
waste.
to do with the waste.
Yeah.
And so the more that we can recycle, the better.
I was reading an article about that. It's very problematic. Where's it all going to go?
Exactly.
So, recycling is the way to go.
Right. So people can bring, get rid of their old furniture and things. So.
Oh, yeah, look at that. There's someone right there. Perfect.
Can people come and take things?
We don't have a swap availability, mostly because of the location. We don't have the room to do that. There are some towns that have set up a separate section where people can put certain things that are in good condition.
Right.
But we were able to, and I'm kind of happy about it, we were able to provide some bikes to when they did the bikes on Main.
Oh, yeah.
Some of those bikes were recycled from here.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
And they decorating them up and
Yes. So
yeah,
that was
bicycles
another-
on Main. That's a really fun new thing too, right?
Yes, and I think there's one coming up in the spring summer.
Yeah.
So that'll be exciting. It's a fun event for people to just come down and walk around. It immediately puts a smile on your face.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's so beautiful down there.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is the transfer station. So this is for residential folks.
And there's mulch down there people can come and take?
Yes.
Is that from the composting of the leaves?
Yes.
Wow. Looks like regular mulch.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
A lot of people in town kind of call it black gold because it's really rich. We sift through everything, and we just keep turning it over. Yeah. And I don't understand all of the organic chemistry that happens in it, but it apparently makes things that makes the compost that people love in their gardens.
And it's free?
And it's free.
Do they have to make an appointment to get it?
As long as the transfer station is open, people can come and get it.
Is there a limit and as to what people can take?
It's usually, people bring a few barrels, or a wheelbarrow or something like that.
Yeah. So. Okay. Yeah, all right, fantastic. Looks like you've got a clothing drop there too.
Yes, we have clothing drop, and we also accept books, printed material.
Oh.
Well, it's compact, but it works.
Yeah, it's just really fascinating. From like an outsider looking in, you're here every day, but for me, I mean, I've lived in town for 21 years. This is my first time here.
Well, let's come more often.
I know, it's just amazing what's offered here and what's happening.
Yes, yeah.
And I didn't really know you took tires.
Yes, and I didn't know about the dogs.
Yeah.
You always see on social media that the dogs are being reported by the police department.
So Joe's one of our 2 part-time transfer station attendants, and he helps and works with all the residents who come. Gives a lot of information and shows them where to bring any of the materials that they've brought, and he helps out people. He's a man of few words, but very helpful.
Yes.
So people come down and then you with their stuff and you kind of direct them where they need to put it?
Yeah, well, everything's got a spot now. Everything's recyclable, this and that. So
Very good.
So you've been working here a while?
almost 14 years.
Oh.
Have a great day, Joe. Thank you. And this is a big building, too. I mean, the office doesn't seem that big where you are.
No, it's not.
No, it's kind of small. So what's all up there?
That's where we also have a lot of the storage for, equipment, and where we also store some plants for schools. We, because the first floor are really the working areas.
Yeah.
It's the only place we have for storage, really. So.
I saw picnic tables out back, so you guys have to...
Well, what they do is our grounds people at the end of the year, they take a lot of the picnic tables from the schools and the parks. They bring it back here. They work on them. They fix them. They strip them, paint them, and then go to put them back out. We also, and we can walk down there. Anytime, we work a lot with the police department. So anytime that there is a motor vehicle accident, a road has to be closed, or there's wires down, or there's, during a hurricane or a snowstorm, all of the road signs and things, we can show you, that we need to keep it an emergency if there's a power outage and there are no street lights. We have to put up stops at the building right there. That's one of the old garages. And we now use it again for storing the grounds equipment, because a lot of the mowers and things, we want to keep it covered in the winter time.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And anyone who's been in town or who lives in town knows these yellow machines. These are the machines that pick up your leaves.
And I have to say, your department does a great job with that.
Yeah,
It really does. I mean, my lawn guy came and he did my leaves like the second time, but he put them out after the deadline for my street. The town came and got them anyway. They were gone. So I was like, wow, I was so impressed with that.
Yeah.
So I think they keep their eyes open.
We do.
For that.
So anytime, a lot of the equipment can be seasonal equipment. So at the end of leaf season, we take the machines off, we thoroughly clean them, and we prepare them to be dormant until they're needed again.
Oh, and that's only 6 for a big town.
Yes.
A lot done.
And you have to hire a lot of part-time people?
We don't really have a budget to hire a lot of part-time people. We do hire some seasonals for leaf pickup when we can get them, and we do hire a few people during the summer, but with the budget constraints, that's one of the first things I usually have to cut. So
you're running
it all
lean.
falls. Yeah. Oh, we're very lean.
Yeah.
We are very, very lean.
How many people work here?
At any given time, it can be between the custodians, the tradespeople for the schools, the mechanics, the trades, the grounds people, and the road crew. It's almost 100 people, but it's very spread out.
Yeah.
And when you think of, the town owns 27 buildings. The schools, firehouses, town hall, the police department, physical services, the community center, Cove Warehouse. We maintain the old academy in Keeney. And so there are a lot of town-owned buildings that we provide services to.
Okay.
So in times of emergencies, we can put out stop signs and we can help with traffic control. Especially during power outages and things like that. We're part of the emergency management.
Oh, okay. Yep.
For the town. And so we provide aid and assistance in times of emergencies.
Right.
We also work with other towns. If they're having an emergency, we would go over and help them. Rocky Hill, Newington, Berlin.
Now, what about the street lights? The residential,
Street lights are also our electrician. We maintain the street lights now because we now own the street lights. So
yeah, that's right.
yes.
Has that been like a few years now, or when?
3-4 years, yeah.
Okay.
So we work on the street lights. Anytime during the holiday season, you see that the lights have the little white lights around them on the our electrician and our painter go out and they string all those lights around all those light poles. Yes. Yeah, so
are all the light posts in town, are they new? Did they replace them all, or just the ones that needed them?
They replaced the ones that needed them, and there are still some streetlights that are owned by Eversource. If they have multiple utilities on the pole,
Right, that
then
makes
those
sense,
then those were kept by Eversource. But if it's just a pole and a light, it's owned by the town.
LED lights, right?
Yes.
Now, what if someone has a problem with a light on their street?
If you have a light on your street, you can go onto the website and it says report a problem.
Okay.
And all you do is click on report a problem and describe the problem.
Okay. And that goes to...
And that comes to us.
Oh,
And we then direct the electrician. So if someone is reporting a streetlight problem, there are numbers on the street poles. If possible, put that number on it. But if not, then you just fill out the information and we'll get to it. They could also call our office and we take that information over the phone.
Oh, perfect.
Potholes are also done through our department. You can also put in same report a problem, same form. People can put in a form for the potholes.
Great.
Now that it's spring and the larger plants have opened for the mix to fill the potholes, we're able to get out there. During the wintertime, those facilities are closed. And so it's a different mix that we have to put in the holes, and it's called cold patch. And it really is just a way to patch it until spring, when you can put in a material that will really adhere.
Right.
And then all of the frost and then warmth and then rain and then frost, it wreaks havoc with the streets. And that's why, especially this year, everywhere along the Northeast, you're just seeing a lot of streets opening up and potholes developing.
So your department must be really busy this time of year.
Yes, they're out.
There's a lot of stuff happening.
Yeah. Our department also, in the summertime, and I know there's been a lot of talk about it, we maintain the pools. I was just going to ask that, We maintain Willard Pool, we maintain Mill Woods, we maintain the bathhouses. So right now I have guys over working on the mechanical systems and the pumps that run the pools. So we are there 24/7 when those pools are in operation.
And you're the recent hubbub about Willard Pool, so that's definitely opening this year. So that's fantastic.
Yes, so another thing that we do during the summer.
And they, your department fills Millwoods because that
Yes.
takes a long time.
It does.
Like if I'm going walking,
Oh.
I'll see them out there.
Yeah,
And,
it takes days.
Oh, I didn't know it
and you
had
see
to be
that big
filled.
pipe
Yeah.
from the
We fill it,
fire
and we
hydrant.
treat it, and then we work with the Department of Public Health to make sure that all of the levels of the chemicals and everything are safe for people to go swimming in.
You know, I call it the little beach in Wethersfield
Yes,
because
absolutely.
it's like a gem,
Yeah.
really.
Yeah.
So fantastic.
So we have we have a crew out, like in Millwoods, we could have one crew out working on Millwoods Pool. We have other crews who are grooming the Little League fields. Another crew that are out picking up. I have someone who all he does all day is go around town and pick up garbage and empty the trash cans.
Yeah.
And so.
So they will pick up garbage on the street?
We'll pick up, if we'll get a call and they'll say, there's a lot of debris, we'll go and pick it up.
Yeah.
We don't collect residential garbage or anything like that, but he'll go and he goes around and collects all of the town trash cans.
Okay. Because I've been noticing a lot of litter.
Yeah,
Drives
it's
me
been very
crazy.
windy, and
Yeah.
and so things go out and about. But they'll clean up. They clean up around the ponds. They clean up on obviously anything that's town-owned property.
Right.
It's kind of hard. My staff works Monday to Friday, so the weekends are kind of tough because we don't have staff available in the parks and like on Main Street. But by Monday morning, they're out 6:30 in the morning, getting the work done.
Awesome.
And how about dead animals?
Dead animals also get picked up by our department.
Yep.
Anyone
Animal
can,
control?
Not animal
No.
control, but you can call the police department or our department if you see an animal dead in the street. We have people who have been trained to go and be able to pick them up and remove them. Pretty much, we'll do almost anything. We've gone and we've been out picking up animals, and someone has said, "Oh my God, my cat is got sprayed by a skunk and is under the house," and one of my grounds people went under the house and got the cat. He came back reeking like skunk, but he did it. I mean,
he did it.
The staff here really does care about the residents, and we will try to do the right thing all the time, as much as we can, and to go that extra mile and really help. We're part of the community.
Yeah, you are.
And so we want people to think of us as part of the community. We are not at odds with people, and we're
You're for
really
the
there.
people.
We're really there to help. We work at when they have them holidays on Main. We will help out at the Cove Carnival. We'll do all the cleanup and preparation for their. So we really do support the town events.
Well, it sounds like the physical services department is involved in everything with the town.
Pretty much are.
Yeah.
When a flag has to get raised or lowered, if someone, out of respect for someone who's passed away, it's our staff who goes around and does that. We replace and repair, flagpoles, things that people don't think about.
Well, that's it, exactly. I mean, we kind of just take it for granted that things are going to be taken care of, and
We have a carpenter on staff who redoes the signs in front of the buildings. We have one carpenter, one painter, one electrician. Staff has to, not so much be cross-trained, but willing to cross-help. So the
Right,
painter will help the carpenter.
Yes.
The HVAC guy may help the electrician, or the electrician help, wire a pump for a plumbing job. Something like that. They really do work together. Our mason we have, who rebuilt the Morrison Avenue pillars.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's so beautiful
Evan
there.
built those.
Yeah. Oh, wow.
One of the best things about working here, and I think the primary reason are the people, and the fact that there's professionalism, but there's also everybody here. Everybody has a fantastic sense of humor. And
That
there
makes
are
the day go
times-
by faster.
Oh my God, we have to. You have to be able to just sit there and go, "Are you kidding me?
Right.
Really?" And then just go and do your work. But they support one another. If their spouse is having a baby, or somebody's getting married, or recently a family member passed away, there's cards, or there's parties, or there's support. We are also our own smaller community
Yeah.
amongst the bigger community.
Your work family, yeah.
Absolutely.
Everybody,
Absolutely.
you know.
And when there's a snowstorm, these guys are here. It could be 3-4 days in a row and not go to home to their families.
in the middle of the night.
In the middle of the night and day, they're sleeping here, eating here, showering here, doing all of it. Why? Because they go out and they're plowing, or they're clearing, areas so that other people can get through, so first responders can get through, so that people can get brought to the hospital. On more than one occasion, our guys have cleared a way for an ambulance to get through, or a fire vehicle to get through. That's always our first thing when we're plowing snow. And I understand from the residential side, people are like, oh, I just finished my driveway. We get it, but we're on a route.
The bigger picture is that your staff and team are looking out for the whole town.
Exactly.
Not that one driveway.
Right.
So,
Yes.
although I can see it's frustrating when you just plowed and then they come by again, but ultimately it's for the greater good.
Yes. I think it's important. I think it is important for the people of town to know that the physical services staff are here to help them. They are a highly professional, highly skilled and trained staff. Many of my staff have to go through, professional development and continuing education and physicals to make sure that they can still do their job, and that they are forever evolving in their jobs, and that as climate change happens, they change the way they have to do their job, because we're always dealing with the elements.
Absolutely.
And so, if you see a public works worker or a custodian, that's a profession. These people are professionals, and they are here for the long haul. I have many people who have been here for 10, 20, over 25, 30 years. And so they love their work. They love working for the town. And that's why they do it.
Absolutely.
They're driving, but they've got one hand on a control that's working the plow and one hand on their steering wheel. Yeah. And the windshield wipers are going like this, and it's 2:30 in the morning, and it's dark as can be, and the dehumidifier's been on, so your eyes are tearing. Yeah. But they do it. Yeah. They do it. So it's, there's a lot to be done. A lot to be done.
Yeah. Reach out to Mike Emmett maybe and see if they can put this on their school tours, because I think this is just an amazing facility. How you run it, there's, all the trades are right here.
Yes. Yeah.
So it's really fascinating. Yeah. And all of the stuff that you do for the town. So for those who are interested in public service, public jobs, this is the real deal.
Trades work, carpentry, HVAC work, pump work, electrical, painting. As I said, with even our groundskeepers, you're dealing with all different kinds of equipment. You're working on playground safety and making sure that all those different playscapes are in working order, and also field maintenance and how to care for fields that don't use fertilizer, but still can be utilized and be a good playing surface for softball, baseball, soccer, lacrosse, field hockey, all of those things. And that's all the stuff that we have to deal with, and we're dealing with it with Mother Nature. It's, you can have 5 days of rain and Little League wants to play. Yeah. We've got to get out there and have ways to hopefully be able to create a safe environment for them to play. There are times when we've called games and have just said the field isn't safe, but we will try till the 11th hour to be able to have teams play.
So you're the department that will indicate or say whether or not a field is open, or
yes, our ground supervisor, our ground supervisors have a lot of experience in working with fields and grass and dealing with water and drainage. And they will prep a field for field play, but if it's too wet and they feel that it's really not safe, that someone could easily be injured, they will talk to Park and Rec, they will talk to the leagues, and they will say, we really do not use this field.
So that's another thing on your list.
Right, which is why Wethersfield is also very fortunate that we have Catone Field, because there are places and games that can be played because it's an artificial field, drains very well. Yeah. That maybe a natural field would not be able to be used just because it's just too wet.
Yeah. Well, that's an expensive turf field.
That is an expensive turf field. Yes, it is.
Beautiful.
Yes, it is.
Wow, there's a lot to this.
Yeah, there is. It's something new every day comes up, and they're like, "Will you do this?" Yeah, we'll do it. Yeah, we'll do it. And I also, people see the people who are out here working. I have a very small staff of administrative help. We have, one secretary, a part-time person who works with our accounts payable. There is a technician who works with the school, the custodians, and all the tradespeople. And that's it. That's us. We do it. So I'll answer phones or I'll put in a work order. Yeah. We all work together in the office to get our bills paid on time, to get purchase orders out, to put our budget together, to field phone calls, all the time, to update information, for the website. And so a shout out definitely to the administrative staff, because they work just as hard as these guys do out here.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they're town employees and proud of it, and I want to show my appreciation too.
Yeah, of course. And it's budget season for you guys too.
It
so
certainly is.
Busier.
Yes, it is budget season, and so we will go through and soon, discuss the whys, the reasons why we put our budget together the way that we did. Certainly, we would love to be able to do more. We would love to have, more staff and more money to do more things. We always have people saying to us, well, why don't you do this? We would love to, but I just don't have the staff to do it.
Like you said, you're running lean.
Yes, yes.
People, budget, so...
Yeah. There are not a lot of levels in our organization. We are very flat. We're flat and lean. So
yeah, I noticed that. I think I'm so impressed. So
well,
thank you so much, Sally.
I appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you very much. And the town's in a good place, and I think with a new town manager coming in at some point, we'll be even better for the future.
Stronger. Yeah. And remember, the Physical Services Department transfer station is at 100 Marsh Street here in Old Wethersfield. We're so happy that you gave us this tour and showed us around so that we could give insight to the community, to the people that live here, so they know, what's happening, what you're doing, that this department really provides a lot to all of us.
Yes,
so
yes.
I think I'm so impressed. So thank you so much, Sally.
I appreciate